Okay, so yesterday we talked about finding the different hidden arrays inside our 4 facts and our 6 facts to help us with our double-double strategy and our 5s plus 1 set strategy. So today we're going to be looking at 8s and 9s facts. Okay, so what you're going to do with your group is the people sitting around you, I want you to find all the different ways you could break apart 8 times 4. So an 8 by 4 array. And look at the poster up on the wall about how you broke apart 3 times 6. And think of all the different ways you could break apart 8 times 4. Okay, so I want you to pause the video so you can discuss the different ways you could break apart an 8 by 4 array. Okay, so I'm sure you guys shared lots of different ways, so maybe you guys might have shared about how you could break apart the 4 and you could do an 8 by 2 array and another 8 by 2 array. The way that I want to focus on is this way, okay? Because we're going to do the double, double, double strategy. So yesterday we did the double, double strategy with 4s. With 8s you can do the double, double, double strategy. So the first thing I'm going to do is 2 times 4 here. So we have our 2 by 4 array. Okay, and then we're going to double it to get another 2 by 4 array. Okay, so we doubled this one. Now we're going to, so this is actually going to be, think about this as a 4 by 4 array. And then we're going to double that and come down here for our 8 by 4 array. Okay, so all together we have 8 by 4. So what we're slowly doing is we're increasing it. So we're doubling our 2 by 4 to get our 4 by 4. And then we're doubling it again, then to all together get our 8 by 4. So we have so 2 by 4 is 8, and then our 4 by 4 was 16. And so if we doubled our 16, then we're going to get to our 32 for our 8 by 4. And another way we can think about this is using the number line to show this. Okay? So over here, so for our number line, we start at 0 and we have our 8. So we're going to double our 8. So we have our 2 times 4 up here. That's how we got to the 8, because 2 times 4 is 8. So we're going to double our 8 to get to 16, which that's showing us our 4 times 4. And then we're doubling our 16 to get to 32, which is showing us our 8 by 4. So we're doubling it 3 times. So we doubled to get to our 8, we doubled our 8 to get to 16, and then we doubled our 16 to get to 32. Okay, so on the ratio table we can think of it like this. So we can think of it as we have our 2 times 4 is our 8. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then we double that to get to our 4 and 16. So 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 2 is 16. And then we're doubling again. So we have our 4 times 2 is 8. And our 16 times 2 is 32. So we have double, double, double. So our double, double, double. Okay? Okay, so for our next one, so this is how, for our 8s, a strategy for our 8s. For our next one is we're going to look at a strategy for our 9s. Okay, so right here we have a 9 by 6 array. So with your groups, again, I want you to take a couple of minutes to talk about the different ways you could break apart a 9 by 6 array. So pause this video so you can discuss the different ways. Okay, with your group, you probably discussed a lot of different ways that you could break apart a 9 by 6 array. So what I'm going to show you is a strategy that's called the 10s minus 1 set of facts. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to think about this as a 10 by 6 array. So I'm actually adding on a row right here to make this a 10 by 6 array. Because I know 10 times 6 is what? 10 times 6 is 60. So that's an easier fact for me to know. So I can think of this. So I have my 9 by 6 array here. And then I have my 1 by 6 array here. So that gets me to a 10 by 6 array, which would equal 60. Okay, so now I can subtract one set from my 60. So I can subtract one set of 6. So this one set of 6 here, I can subtract it from my 60. Okay, so 60 minus 6 would get us to 54. And I could do that by thinking about I could be counting backwards. I could count from 60 backwards to 6 times to get to 54 for my 10s minus 1 set facts. Okay, so we could show this on the number line by making our jump. So we could do 10 times 6, which would get us to 60, or 10 times 6 get us to 60. And then we're making one jump backwards of 6. So we're doing a jump backwards of 6 to land at 54. Okay? And on the ratio table, we could think of it as, so 10 times 6 would get us to 60. So remember, 1 times 6 would get us to 6. So we could subtract this from each other. So 10 minus 1 is 9. 60 minus 6 would get us to 54. Okay? So we just learned for 9s our 10s facts minus 1 set. And we learned for our 8s that we could do the double, double, double strategy. Okay? So now we have a strategy for our 8s and a strategy for our 9s. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to play a new game that's going to help us with our different math strategies, okay? So I want you to pause the video so that the teacher can pass out a copy of this new game's recording sheet to each of you so you can copy it down. Okay, so all of you guys should have this sheet in front of you for our game. So what you're going to do is you and your partners are going to take turns using a spinner to spin different numbers to multiply together, and you're going to figure out where they fall at on this chart. If you can use it double facts, you can do half a tens facts, half a tens plus 1 set facts, double facts, or 10 minus 1 set facts. So remember, the double facts are our 4s. Our half a tens facts are our 5s. Half a tens plus 1 set facts are our 6s. Our double facts are our 8s. And our 10 minus 1 set facts are our 9s. So how you play is you and your partner will each have your own recording sheet, okay? So you each have your own, and you have to record also what your partner is doing and what you're doing, okay? So I'm going to go first. So I have my spinner. I'm going to spin it. Oops. So I got 5, and I'm going to spin it over here. Oh, and I got 5, okay? So my first equation for me would be 5 times 5. So for 5 times 5, I could use my half a tens facts because it's 5s. So I could do 5 times 5, and for 5 times 5, I know 5 times 5 is 25, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to write, since I'm your partner, your pretend partner right now, you're going to write 25 under here because I just got my score here. So you're going to write 5 times 5 equals 25 here on your paper, okay? So now I'm going to spin for you guys, okay? So you have a 4. Oh, and a 4. What is up with that? Okay, so a 4 and a 4, okay? So I'm going to write this under my partner because you guys are my partner, but you would write it under me. So we have our 4s, so that would be under our doubles facts. So 4 times 4 is 16, okay? And again, you would be writing it up here because you're writing it under me. Okay, so now it's my turn. Got a 4 and a 9. Okay, so I have 4 times 9. So I could write this either under my double doubles, or I could write it under my 10s minus 1 setbacks. Okay, so I'm going to write it, so we can write it in both places. So I can write 4 times 9 here, and I can write 4 times 9 here, because it falls under both sets. So I'm doing my double doubles facts. I could do 2 times 9 is 18, and then 2 times 9 again is 18, and so I would add 18 plus 18 to get 36. If I was thinking about 10s minus 1 setbacks, I would think of it as 4 times 10 is 40. 40 minus 4 would be 36. Okay? Okay, so now it's your turn. So you guys get a 4 and a 5. So you guys, remember, you're going to write it under me, but I'm going to write it under my partner since you're my partner. So 4 times 5 could fall under double doubles facts, or it can fall under half of 10's facts. Okay? So if I'm doing my double doubles, I would think of 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. I'm thinking of my half of 10's facts. I would think that 4 times 10 is 40, and half of 40 is 20. Okay, so what you guys would do, you would play 10 rounds of this game each, okay? So you guys would each have 10 different equations, okay? And then what you do is you add up your total, and whoever has the highest total wins the game, okay? So this game is going to be available in your workplaces to play starting tomorrow, okay? So what I want you to do now is I want you to put this sheet off to the side, okay? And what you're going to do now is what I want you to do is I want you to get out your notebook with the duct tape. We're finally using the notebook with the duct tape on it, okay? So I want you to pause the video while you guys all get out your notebook with the duct tape on it. Okay, so in your notebooks, okay, you're going to write today's date. So today is the 24th. So 9/24/19. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can zoom in the video a little so you guys can see my notebook paper a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So 9/24/19. And you're going to head this doubling and halving, okay? So this is going to be called doubling and halving. Okay, so that's going to be the title of your notes. Okay, so our first problem is there are fifth graders. Fifth graders are planting a butterfly garden. They need to know the area of their garden to know how many seeds to buy. They have enough room for a 5x8 garden plot. Okay, so we're going to draw a garden plot. So for our first problem, we're going to draw a 5x8 garden plot. Okay, so that's their garden. So what we need to do is we need to figure out the area of their garden. And look, we could use our half of 10's facts, or we could use our double facts. So I want you to write in what you think the area of that garden is. Okay, so the area of the garden would be 40. Okay, and in this we're working with feet, so it'd actually be 40 square feet. Okay, so they have an area of 40 square feet that they need to buy seeds for. Okay, so for our second problem, they order their seeds. Okay, their seed packets come in the mail, and when they ordered their seeds, the packets were way larger than what they were expecting. So they need to make their garden even bigger, okay? So now they need to make one that is 10